at around 3:40, they start to take your statement. And after you gave your statement, what, if anything, did you learn at that point?
They finally confirmed that they all died.
And when you say they, who are you referring to?
My aunt, my uncle, and my 2 cousins.
And who confirmed this?
One of the detectives.
After you gave your statement, approximately how much longer were you at the police station for?
5.5 hours.
And for the entire duration, I know you mentioned earlier, when you first found out that your uncle's house was on fire, you tried to leave, right? At any other point during the time that you were at the police station, did you make any other attempts to leave?
Yeah, at one point I had a panic attack, and I wanted my inhaler, which was in the car, and they wouldn't let me get it. They just brought me outside to breathe fresh air.
Were you asking to leave at all?
Yes, the whole time.
And did they let you leave?
No.
What time did you ultimately leave the police station that night?
Around 11 p.m.
And did you express any concerns when you were leaving?
Yeah, we were scared. So we wanted to know that we were safe. And they kind of just dismissed us.
Is there anything else you want the jury to know about that day?
I'm just going to object, Judge, to
I'm
that
going to
question.
sustain that objection. That's a question. It needs to be a little bit more specific, please.
Was that day a hard day?
It was the hardest day of my life.
I just want to talk about a couple other things now. You mentioned earlier Jesse's iPad.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this first. Did anyone in Keith, Jennifer, and their family share their locations with you?
Jesse.
And was that tied to his iPad?
Yes.
Okay. At some point, did you check the location of that iPad?
Yeah, in February of 2019.
Okay, so this is a couple months later.
Yeah.
And where was when you checked the location, what was the location?
I'm going to object to the hearsay of this.
Can I see everyone, please? Based upon this legal issue that was just brought to my attention, I'm going to give both sides until 10 p.m. tonight to brief this issue. I'm not sure that this is a state versus tier issue. I need more time to look at it. It would have been nice for somebody to put me on notice, but it is what it is. So I'm going to give both sides until 10 o'clock tonight to find a brief, and I will address it tomorrow morning. I'm going to bring the jurors in a little bit later. This will not slow down what our plans were for later this week. It may just be that there won't be a day off in between the end of the cases and summations. Can you ask the jurors to come out?
Judge, can I just ask what the issue that we're briefing is?
The issue of not telling the state of what you were about to elicit. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize to you. I think from the beginning of this case, from day one, I've tried every single day I don't try to leave you in there for extended periods of time. I try to keep the case moving and try to deal with any legal issues outside the time frame of the court day. Unfortunately, there's something that was only just brought to my attention, so I didn't have the opportunity to do this in advance, and I'm going to need a little bit more time. So the reality is that I'm going to send you home for today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you back tomorrow morning. Instead of coming back here at 8 o'clock, I'm just going to ask for you to be here at 9 o'clock. That should give me enough time, even if I get you up by 9:30, it still gives me an hour here without you being here to get things done and put on the record, and then we'll get started back up. So I apologize to you for your time, for making you sit in there for a little bit longer. I'll bring you back tomorrow, 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock, and we'll continue on. Please don't discuss this case. Don't do any research. Don't try to figure out what the legal issues are. That's for me to do. Remember, you're the fact finders. It's my job. For record purposes, due to a proffer that was provided based upon an objection by the state, research was done on State versus Tier, which is 228 NJ 555, 2017 opinion. I'm not sure that State versus Tier contemplated the scenario that we're in this case as it relates to this type of evidence. So everybody knows what the proffer was based upon what Ms. Mastalone said at sidebar. So that's the issue that I need to be briefed as to where we're going. And then I'll ask everyone to be back here at 8 a.m. and I will come out soon thereafter and I'll hear oral argument at that time. But again, submissions to me by 10 o'clock tonight, no later. If it comes in at 10:01, I'm not accepting it. And we'll see where we are at that point in time. Now I'll see attorneys at sidebar, please.